Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Onitama. Onitama is a two-player head-to-head abstract game that is like chess. It's going to be published by Arcane Wonders, and in this game you're going to be trying to capture your opponent's king, or you're going to be trying to get your king on your opponent's throne. Let's go down to the table here and I'll show you how this game's played, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thought. Alright, so this is Onitama. Onitama is one of my favorite little abstract chess-like games. And I just wanted to show you a couple different things before we get started. You get these really cool pawns in red and blue, and you get these really cool king pieces in red and blue. And this is a nice neoprene mat that comes with the game. In addition, it has one of the coolest boxes I've ever seen. This is the Onitama box. It has a little magnetic clasp here, and there's the insert, and all fits nice and neat in this box. So love the box too. Just wanted to show that off. So in the game here, you're going to get a nice healthy stack of cards, and you're going to use some of these to play the game. So you have a lot of different replayability just in these cards because you're only going to use 5 of them. So I'll randomly select 5, and the rest of these, which as you can see is a big nice chunk here, is going to go right back into the box. Now with these 5 cards, you're going to hand 2 face-up cards to each player, and 1 card here is going to be off to the side. These are going to be the cards that you're going to use for movement. In the game, you're going to try to be moving your pawns and your king across the board here to capture the opponent's king or place your king on the opponent's throne. Either of those methods will result in a win. So how do you do that? Well, you have 2 cards to pick from, and this shows you your movements that you can take. So for example, for this pawn can't move here because there's another piece that's the same color, but can move here or here. If the pawn was up here, the pawn can move here, 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 or here. So it can move any of these little spots here. The dark color here shows you where the pawn is on the starts. So another thing you do is if I move here, I could capture a piece. Capture pieces go off the side just like chess, and they're out of the game. Once I've played my card, so let's say I did go like that with this elephant card, I would put it off to the side and I would pull down this card here. My opponent would then take their turn and they could use these different various cards. So this one, they can move their piece diagonally or like this at any of those spots, or the horse here, they can move them like shown in this pattern. So if they use this one, they maybe move that pawn up, they'll go like this and they'll grab that card. So what makes this game very strategic is these are the only moves you can take in the game, these 5 different cards. So you have to figure what's out there and what's available and what they can do. Like this crab is the most unique card in here in this one because it can jump out 2 spaces. So you might be able to use this to your advantage. Or this one here where you can do a lot of diagonal moves here. So you're basically jumping out 2 spaces on one side. So you have to take that into account when you're playing this game. Maybe you're hold off to this card here so you can get your opponent into position. Well, you're going to continue playing these cards here. So maybe I'll want to move forward 1 and I'll place this here. And maybe my opponent wants to use this one here to move like that because now they have the crab. And let's show an example. This would be a bad move, but I'll go over here and I'll take this pawn, and they'll use crab for the king to take my pawn. So we're going to continue on playing the cards like this until someone either kills the king, their opponent's king, or you can get your king onto that throne. So yeah, so the crux of the game is you only have 5 move cards. You're going to be rotating these around like I showed, and these are the only moves that you can do in the game. In future games, there's a ton of other cards here that can be in place. Like here's the cobra, here's the tiger, here's the crane, here's the rooster, Here's the boar, here's the eel, here's the dragon. I like the dragon a lot. Here's the ox, and the monkey's also really good because it's diagonal in any direction. Here's the mantis, and here's the frog. So these will be randomly available every game, so your strategies will change, and that leads to a ton of replayability in this game. So you saw how just easy this game is to teach. I did a lot of extra explanation of different things like the box and stuff, but you can literally teach this game in a couple minutes and get down and playing it. All right, so let's go ahead back up and I'll give you my final thoughts on Onitama. All right, so that was Onitama. Now component quality. Component quality is through the roof in this game. The box is great. The insert inside the box. Most inserts inside of board games are junk. This one is amazing. Insert's amazing. Those pawns are amazing. Those kings are amazing. The pieces are amazing. The neoprene board is amazing. The card quality is amazing. Everything about the component quality of this game is amazing. Even the box is just insanely nice. So for that, this game is great. Just component quality is through the roof. Replayability is through the roof in this game. You're going to have 5 different movement cards, as you saw in the little tutorial there, but there's a giant stack of them, so it's going to be a high amount of variability in those action cards that you have available, and that's going to completely change your strategy on how to win the game. So I've played this game a lot, and sometimes in the game you can get a little bit of a stalemate. So I do say the house rules, like eventually you can just say, hey, we're good. So you can get to the point where maybe all that's left is 2 kings. I'm not really going to capture each other. You're going to have to maybe try to move to the king's throne, but maybe throw in the towel if you get blocked, because you can't move. You're not going to want to move into getting captured by the king. You're not going to want to let the king get in there. And eventually probably in some of those, someone gets tired, but that's in a very rare situation. And 99.9% of these games here, you're going to have a really cool head-to-head chess-like match, and someone's going to win. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I do really, really love this game. This is one of my favorite games. They also have a digital adaptation of this game. I play that one frequently, but I really love the physical version of this game. If you play the digital adaptation of the game, I highly recommend picking up the physical one. It's definitely worth it. It's really nice. It's like deluxe components. It's a really, really, really good game. And this game is in my collection. I have actually 2 copies of it in my collection now. And it's going to stay there. Anytime anyone ever wants to play a quick 2-player game, this is one of my go-to games. I would consider this game an essential game for any board game collection if you're looking for getting games that you can play with a wide range of people, and you can say, hey, I want to play an abstract game. Great. I want to play a chess-like game. Great. So really can't say enough about this game, and that is Onitama.